I'm stoked, honored, and I'm just happy overall. I'm all smiles because I've grown up with this band, it seems. We've all kind of grown up together for the last couple of years. And especially, you know, even the last year or 2 years, things have been going great for you guys. They're back, thank God. Echosmith with no music. And how are you, friends? What's going on?
Hey, we are good. We're glad to be back in New York and chilling.
And it's true because we were joking before. You know, perhaps we're in a little bit of a different scene now, but we kind of were in the Warped Tour scene, and that was kind of like a beginning for you guys on your first like runs. And lo and behold, now we're killing it.
I know, it's fun to still be hanging out and growing together. You know, it's cool when you can do that with all sorts of other bands and interviewers and all sorts of people. It's fun.
The last couple of days, in particular, have been wild. I just saw you guys at the Billboard Music Fest, which was awesome. Everybody was there. Literally everybody was there. A lot of homies, a lot of friends, and a lot of fans, right?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was called Hot 100, and it was very hot. But the people were awesome. It's cool that they were troopers and just stuck through it, even though it was burning hot. And we were playing at a time where the sun just was perfectly in our faces. So I don't like to perform with sunglasses.
Right? That's the best, right?
Yeah. I don't like to perform with sunglasses because I like to look at people and they can see me, but halfway through the set I gave in. Like, I'm sorry, it's too bright.
I'm just stoked because, you know, Echosmith has been, everything that you guys have worked for, you kind of worked on your own. You know what I mean? And like the fan base has been able to stick with you guys. I remember seeing you guys, whether it was Warped Tour or just for 21 Pilots, right? Here in New York, which is an incredible experience right there. But also whether it's, you know, the TV shows or just the award shows and everything, the fans have been stuck with you guys throughout all the years.
Yeah, no, it's been amazing. We've had so many awesome opportunities, obviously, with touring and TV and radio and all these crazy things that we never expected but hoped for. It's really cool that our fans from Warped Tour, our first tour, or, you know, even just along the way, who became fans of us have just been cool and going along the ride with us, and it's really a nice feeling. It feels more like family than it does anything else.
And honestly, look, I don't mind saying this to you guys, you know, because we know each other, but I couldn't come to nicer people, and also people that really, that's my one compliment. I do one compliment a month. That was it, right? That's a good one. I'll take. I gave it to Echosmith.
Of all the people, it's fun.
But, you know, in the end, it always came down to you guys really caring about the fans, and then, you know, it's just that reciprocal love back and forth. So.
Yeah, it's a fun experience to tour. We toured a lot of that first record, and we got to meet so many incredible fans and bands and people, and it's fun to see it develop and to be here today in New York City and after playing an awesome show, and just like, we're stoked for
and being on with me, right?
Yeah,
being on with me, clearly. But listen, we got to get to this because we finally have music coming out. The first thing I said to you when you came in as Future Me is, awesome. It's so catchy. We'll play it in just a couple minutes here, but it's catchy, but also like the chorus is so melodic that I'm just from the first listen to that, and the music video, we'll get into that. I was just like, hell yeah!
Yay! That's good. I'm glad.
It's a good song.
Yeah, we want people to be into it the first time, you know. But I mean, that song was really fun to create because, I mean, the message is really important to us about knowing who you want to be and deciding ahead of time and not waiting for tomorrow to, you know, decide to be a good person or go for your dreams or anything, you know, and yeah, it's a song that's really close to our hearts, but it's cool that it turned into what it was, and now we have a video out, and now it's out in the world.
It's cool that you can have like a, you know, a serious message or a semi-serious message, but also when you put it with the melody and the harmonies, everything, it's like, wow, this is catchy. You know, it works on both fronts. You know, it can be a cool, awesome song and also a powerful message behind it. So.
Yeah, it's cool when you can have both, and yeah, it's fun to have songs that are not about heavy things too. You know, songs that are just about being in love or life in general. But it is fun when you can write about real life things and also have a fun song out of it.
Now I follow you guys on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot, and I guess the one of my questions is. Where have you guys, what have we been up to? It's been a while. I mean, we finally do have new music coming out. We'll have an album out eventually and whatnot. But what's been going on? Like, because you guys did tour nonstop, and it seemed like you guys were everywhere.
Yeah, we were going nonstop till the end
for like 3 years.
Yeah, and you know, all of 2016, starting like later January, we just started making the record. We started writing that and recording and doing everything and playing some shows, but we just wanted to really like hone in on this one and try our best and try new things and try new sounds. And as I'm sure you know, like Jamie had left the band because he had the kid and he decided to stay home. So we were like having to figure out who we were as a trio rather than having the four of us all together.
Was it during that period of time? Were you nervous? Were you unsure of how the fans would react, or kind of like?
We were just excited. It was a new time. We had done so much touring and so much live playing that we were so stoked to be back in the studio, creating music. Because forever we had these songs that people, eventually got to know. I mean, Cool Kids was written probably in like 2012. People started hearing it 2014. So we had that song for a long time even before then. So it was awesome for them to get to experience it finally, and it's something we're holding so dear. And then it was spreading, and people were getting to know. And now we're like kind of in that same mode again. We're putting out these new songs, and people are starting to understand what we were doing and what we're trying to tell them through our music.
I mean, that's so true, especially for the fact that because you guys did tour relentlessly and nonstop. When you were playing some of those songs at Billboard over the weekend, and I'm just like, they have to be so happy that they can finally start playing new music, and that fans will already know it. I was checking the Feature Me video; it's got like 600,000 plays within like 2 days already, or whatever.
It's crazy. I mean, I don't even know that. I haven't checked
there you go. How about that? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really exciting.
Which doesn't suck. That's not a bad thing.
It doesn't suck. I definitely would not count that as sucking.
600,000 views in the
awesome
first.
And very cool. We're really excited that. Obviously, it's been a while since we released music, so it feels like a great release, literally, for us to be able to share this with everybody else, because we started working on it last January of 2016. So now being towards the end of 2017, it's really nice that our fans have been so patient, but now they can actually hear music from us that we've been working on.
And we like you said, we'll have the album out eventually. There's a couple tracks already out there, and it's just the progression is definitely evident. But also, when you think Echosmith, it's the fact that you guys have your own kind of distinct sound. It's the layers are there as well, but you can kind of sense what an Echosmith song when I hear it. It's like that's what it is.
Thank you.
Describe, I guess. Continuing on with that, what this new album, what we can kind of expect with it, or what the deal is with that.
Yeah, I think musically we for sure tried to progress, but also keep a lot of the core values we as a band hold, just musically, and what we love to see and create. And still as musicians, every musician has their own style, and you can't really get rid of that. It's hard to. And I think for us, we've progressed. Yeah, it's our character. It's every bit of who we are. It's our essence, and we just decided to carry that on and find ways to progress that and find new ways to kind of explore who we are as musicians and also songwriters and melodically. And for sure, it's very melody driven. We tried to find as many ways that we can throw in different melodies, just to I don't know. I love melodies you can sing along. Right. Even if something on a keyboard or a bass, anything, something that's powerful, memorable, and just cool. So I think we just tried our best to go for that and to progress who we are as Echosmith.
And we're so much older. 5 years older. Totally. So we're going to change a little bit.
Well, that's anyway. Cool Kids, I'm just it's oh God, here we go again. You know what I mean? I can only imagine.
We've played it a lot of times.
It comes with the territory though, you know what I mean? Because you got to realize, whether it's Blink-182 to whoever, Taylor Swift or whoever, there's always going to be a kid out there who's singing this song for the first time live. And that's why you want to give it 110% each time you perform it.
And what's weird is actually, I'm not sick of Cool Kids or Bright yet, which is ironic because we played both of those songs literally thousands of times now, including the acoustic shows and real shows and all of these things. So
radio stations, the whole those are the go-tos.
Yeah, but I think it's the crowd, honestly, that makes it a new experience every time you play it live. So that's what makes it not old for us, because, like you said, that person has never seen us live before, and they're hearing this song for the first time, and it really meant a lot to them 2 years ago because they're going through this or that. So it's really cool to be reminded that these songs are really important to us, but also other people, and to make it the best you can for everybody.
And obviously with the new album, let me ask you this. So you have a new album coming out, you've got tour, you have everything lined up for you guys. Echosmith is blank. Are you guys stoked? Are you guys nervous? Do you guys just want to get back on the road? How would you fill in the blank there?
We could each say a word.
Yeah, you could,
Okay, because I don't want to speak for you guys.
I'm excited.
Dang it, you stole my word.
So you guys must know each other pretty well.
I'm stoked.
Mine's melded. Stoked,
Graham?
Excited.
I'm super stoked.
There you go.
Super stoked. That's 2 words, Graham.
It's like the super eclipse that's happening right outside today. There you go.
Super.
Perfect, But, so no nerves really, right?
Naturally you're going to have a little nerves just in general when there's new things happening in your life and new life changes. But it's more an excited feeling with a touch of nervousness because you don't know what's going to happen. We didn't know what would happen with Cool Kids when we put out that song and other songs. So it's more an anxiousness of like, what's going to happen?
Right.
There is an unknown that we literally will not know what's going to happen until the day before. You know, you never know what can happen with music, which is actually pretty fun. It's like a surprise every day.
It's definitely the unknown, but it's also about enjoying the ride as it comes. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And getting out there. You guys love playing live because it's not all power chords. I don't think there are any power chords when you go see Echosmith. So it's a lot of And by the way, when I saw you on Billboard or whatever, I'm so glad that you still have your distinct
slipping around on stage.
Dance moves.
Because I haven't seen you probably in a year perform or whatnot, maybe TV here and there. But I was like, it's like, my man, yes.
No, can you describe your? Yesterday you used a great way to describe your dance moves on stage.
We're doing an interview. It wasn't just, it's how I move, even in general life. They were asking,
gracefully,
when you dance,
gracefully.
When you dance, what do you look like? And I'm like, well, probably those car wash things.
Okay.
Those inflatable things that move.
Just flailing around, filled with air.
That is a great analogy for sure. Yeah.
It's a good time.
You're tall.
Because all my legs.
Because you're all going,
You're all
into it. Yeah.
With the bass. Those little car wash things with the bass.
There it is.
I don't think they could carry.
Best description for sure.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, as we speak here with Echosmith and the homies, we love them, but when just writing this or just kind of get into your mindset a little bit, if you were to look at your phone or whatnot, do you have just a bunch of voice memos, or would you come up with a harmony or melody and sometimes just have to lay it down so you don't forget it, or perhaps a rhyme or a lyric?
Yeah, I think all of us probably have a lot of voice memos.
Right,
I have hundreds, just in general, from just, I want to record my vocal lesson, but I have so many voice memos of a random thing of me at 2 a.m. going, that, or whatever the melody is, and I probably sound terrible. Sometimes I'll listen back and I'm like, that was actually cool, we should finish writing that. Or sometimes I'm like, that is terrible, I'm deleting this.
What was I thinking at that moment?
Pretending like that never happened because now I feel bad about myself. But yeah, I mean, we have so many of those, and that's a great thing about iPhones and technology is you're able to lay that down so quick. I can't imagine doing songwriting when we didn't have that, because I have the worst memory in the world. So.
Right. But I like right now, because even for the kids out there, or for anybody out there, it's the fact that it's not, Echosmith isn't a studio band. They're not going in with 300 writers and they're like, all right, let's start right now. Literally, the beauty about music is you can come up with something at any time throughout the day. And sometimes the best parts can come in the middle of the night, whether it's anxiety or whatever it is.
Or in the shower.
Yeah, shower, definitely.
Driving.
It is amazing how much better we all sound in the shower than not.
It's the echo. It's the echo.
It's gotta be something, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, wow, I'm an amazing singer, no matter what, because you have this awesome echo, and the humidity of the hot water is helping your voice.
If only karaoke would be like that, because for some reason when I do karaoke, or the people around me do karaoke,
I sound terrible doing
awful,
karaoke,
right?
but I love
karaoke bar that's in a giant shower.
There we go.
That's what we gotta do.
We're all about it.
But then, what if you're using a mic? Karaoke
we can
mic
make
in
it
the
work.
shower?
We can make it
Waterproof?
Don't worry. Yeah.
I'm sure somebody
It's a new business,
But when somebody does come out with it, we are copywriting it, so we get all the proceeds.
Don't you have to just write a letter to yourself and send it to yourself, and then it's,
Oh yeah,
that's how you
open it,
patent
right?
it or whatever.
Yeah, see, they know.
Writing a letter right now.
They know the whole deal. Listen, we appreciate you guys coming by.
Of course.
It is the eclipse today. Do you guys care? Do you guys even know anything about this?
I mean, we're not the most knowledgeable, compared to other people, but we do have the glasses. We're prepared.
Okay, I was going to say,
got 10 pairs.
Wow, look
Our
at
mom got it. I'm not going to say we got it. That's a lie. Our mom is nice enough to
It would be a mom thing to do, yeah. Totally.
Such a mom thing. So we took a break in the middle of our press day to make sure that we could watch the eclipse and not lose our eyesight. So that's important.
Now, what's actually, there's got to be somebody out there who is going to be walking the streets or whatever, and all of a sudden, the sun's going to go a little dark, and he's probably going to be like, what's happening? He probably does not know the eclipse. There's definitely somebody out there who's not
who's not watching the news every day. How's he supposed to know?
What's happening right now? Freaking out,
And then he looks into the sun and is blind.
Yeah, terrible. Awful. Well, hey, enjoy that though. We'll have some fun.
Yes.
And by the time you guys listen to this, hopefully we survived. So there we go.
And
and still go blind. And did not go blind.
Yes, that would be preferred, honestly.
So we got a tour coming up, right? Tour end of the year?
Fall.
Yeah, fall. All right, cool. Looking forward to that. Album eventually out as well.
Yes,
but for
Future
now,
Me is out, so it's goodbye.
Question, speaking of the music video, what did you, it's a great video by the way, it's fun, the grammar, the whole thing's into it, in it. what conversation are you having with it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
So yeah.
The shoot had to go for hours, right? For the most part.
Oh yeah, and they had to like. So if people haven't watched it yet, which you should, our grandma, our mom, and our little cousin,
the whole fam,
is in it, and they're all representing different versions of myself in the future and the past, and interacting with those different Sydneys. But it's funny because they had to walk up and sit on the bench next to me 1,000 times each, and then we had to talk. Of course, so we had some sort of interaction, and honestly, the director just kept telling my grandma or my mom or my cousin, tell her a story, make her laugh. And my poor little cousin was like, I already told her like 3 stories the last couple times. What else do I tell you? She's just in middle school, so it was actually funny. But my grandma had a whole plethora of stories to tell.
She was having a blast.
She was amazing. Yeah, but there's this one part in the beginning where we're talking and I do this motion of putting a hat on. I don't know what we were talking about, but you'll see now that you know that I said that. You'll be like, that's the hat conversation.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
I don't know why we were talking about hats, but it worked.
Like, all right. We'll be rolling and just have fun, right? Yeah, it's like, all right, great,
yeah. And I had it easy. I was like, I'll just laugh, ha ha ha, you're so funny. Even if they weren't, that's okay.
Well, the song and the music video, and we're looking forward to music throughout the rest of the year as well from Echosmith. And don't call it a comeback, but we are stoked from a fan, from a friend standpoint as well with you guys, that we have new music and a tour. And check them out. Anything else you want to say to the fans or anybody out there?
We love you guys. Thank you for being so amazing and patient. But go follow us at Echosmith on all those social platforms.
There it is.
And we're going to be releasing music constantly, so keep an eye out.
There it is. Always a pleasure. Learn them if you don't know them. Now you do know them. It's Echosmith on the Gunz Show. Woo!
Yes. Woo!
The best.
Good team.
Yay!